receive the kickoff for Ohio State. Jimmy Nielsen from Beaverton will kick it off from Oregon State from our right. Ohio State defends the north goal, and here's the 84th season opening kickoff. Deep into the end zone, 8 yards deep, where Byers grabs, touches the knee down, and Ohio State will go on offense, first down at the 20-yard line. Might just quickly get in one of the new rules changes this year, and that is if you kick the ball out of the end zone this year, it goes to the 30, and Nielsen almost did that, Jim.
Indeed, he did. He had a pretty good wind. There is a pretty good wind blowing from our right to our left. It'll be in Ohio State's face, but Jimmy's been kicking pretty well, I guess, in the fall practice, and he got a good toe on that one.
Jim Carsado, 6'3", 228, one-year Letterman sophomore from Fullerton, California, gets the call at quarterback for the injured Mike Tomczak today. Has Byers and Roman Bates in the backfield, a split backs behind him, and hands on a little delay to Bates. Line of scrimmage, spins out to the 24-yard line, and down he goes. He was hit up around the 22-yard line initially by Ellis Dozier, the outside linebacker, who tripped him, and then he goes down in the arms of Naoni, Charles Naoni, at the 24, gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Dozier rather tentative on the tackle, but I think his responsibility is don't let him get outside. So he was more concerned with containment than he was trying to make the tackle.
Mike Ladise, wide receiver out near side, and Jay Holland splits to the left. Tight end is set to the right of the formation. Backs in the eye now on 2nd down and 6. From the 24 to the tailback, Byers, 25, line of scrimmage ahead of the 29, gang tackled at the 30, finally goes down. He is big and strong and kept carrying people with him, including Angelo DeLulo, and then a host of others, and will get near the first down at the 30.
7 Beavers finally had to get on him to knock him down. 7 Oregon Staters around him.
They put the football over the 30-yard line, just shy of the 31, and Ohio State picks up its first down of the day. Last year, Byers caught 23 passes for 359 yards, rushed for an amazing 1,215 yards, and 20 touchdowns. Same formation, the eye. They pitch it to Byers off tackle, hit in the backfield by DeLulo and stopped. Dozier gets there to help, but DeLulo plugged everything up, and they throw Byers for a loss of 1 back to the 30. Played very well defensively that time by the Beavers, and the senior 3-year Letterman from Boise, who's had such a terrific fall camp, Angelo DeLulo, made the play, and then here comes Ron Heller and help. 2nd down and 11, back at the 30-yard line. Judd Groza checks in at tight end, familiar name, son of Lou Groza, the great kicker from the National Football League.
Defensively, Oregon State now, tight 4-man down front, and the linebackers packed in behind them.
Buckeyes with 2nd down and 11. Far side hash mark, driving from our left to our right from the 30. Here's Carsado's first pass. In the pocket, has all day, finally gets pressure, winds up, throws the bomb. Nobody there. He threw it away. Wasn't anybody 15 yards near the football down the far sideline, incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down. Initially, Carsado's had all day to throw the football, and then finally John Gonzalez broke in from his left defensive end spot to put some pressure on, and then Carsados threw it away. Incomplete, 3rd down and 11. Oregon State would get a terrific boost if they could stop Ohio State on the Buckeyes' first possession and force a punt.
Darrell, we were told this young Carsados has a strong arm. He threw that into the wind, and he really threw it a long ways.
Mike Ladise, wide receiver, out to the near side. They put Holland in a slot to the near side. That's Jay Holland. Backs in the eye. Carsado straight back to pass. Again has time. Throws a swing pass out. It's bobbled. Then caught at the 35. And that destroys momentum of the play. And down goes the receiver at the 38-yard line. It's Jay Holland, the split end. Would have probably been a first down, but Holland did a juggling act and then just had to stop his momentum completely and start up again. Levance Northington and Kenny Taylor combined for the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 8, but 4th down and 3 coming up for Ohio State. And a young guy, a freshman we've heard a lot about, Tom Tupa, will punt for the first time of the '84 season for Ohio State. Great reputation coming out of high school.
Number 43,
for Oregon State, Donald Beavers is back at his own 20-yard line, single safety. Tupa faces a fairly good win. Beavers with 10 on the line of scrimmage. They are coming after him. He bobbles the snap. They get there. They get him at the 25. First down, Oregon State in the first break of the football game. Tupa fumbled the snap. Northington roars through with Charles Naoni to get him at the 25, and it's first down, Beavers on the Ohio State 25-yard line, and a big break early.
And I would hear a couple of boo birds already booing the Buckeyes. So Oregon State looked very good once they settled down after the first down by the Buckeyes. Gets a good break defensively. Let's see if they can generate something offensively.
Quarterback is Ricky Green. And is it nice to see him back in the Oregon State lineup after that devastating injury of a year ago in the Portland State game. Bynum wide right, Dixon to the left, pitch the ball to Beavers, off tackle with a hole. He cuts and drives to the 22, and a good ankle tackle by Ohio State's Sonny Gordon. The Rover up from the secondary held that to only a 3-yard gain. It appeared that it would go for much more than 3 initially because it was very well blocked on the right side by Derek Brills and Tom Emmons. Tackle to tackle, Emmons, Brills in the middle with, we'll check the center for you, Frank Jones, Dwayne Jackala. It is Chris Dolan starting at center. Jack Lester had the concussion a week ago, and they waited to the last minute to see if he would start. He is not in there. Here's the pitch back, big hole outside. Malone, 20, 18, 17, and knocked out of bounds by Terry White, but only a couple of yards away from a first down as the Beavers run the weak side pitch with a fullback that time. And Darvin Malone, who's also enjoyed a very good fall camp, a junior from Oakland, carrying the football for good yardage.
People concerned about Ricky Green's knee. We've certainly seen no problems with him. Again, this is an I formation they're running out of, and he pitches the ball very quickly, so we're not seeing any option thing.
Dixon wide to the right. Bynum comes out to the left. Ball to the far side. Hashmark split backs behind Green. 3rd and 2 at the 17. Big play. Give it to the fullback. Stubblefield, 15, 10, driving 9. 1st and goal. Willie Stubblefield, who we talked about earlier on Joe Avizano's show, making the transition from linebacker to fullback this year, is in there on the 3rd and short. No, it's Tony Green. I'm sorry, I called it wrong. It wasn't Stubblefield. We will see Stubblefield later. But Tony Green in on that play. 2-year Letterman senior from Richmond carries for first down Oregon State to the 9, and it's 1st and goal at that point. Bynum out to the left, and again Dixon to the right. Same formation, tight end set to the left of the formation. That's Brad Miller. Ball on the far side, Hashmark. Give the ball to Green, and we have whistles. Green goes all the way to the 1, but the play was stopped. Had whistles before the snap of the football, and the Beavers are going to get procedure, I'm sure, on this, at a 5-yard penalty, and that will hurt. Instead of first down and goal at the 9, it'll be 1st and goal at the 14. It is against Oregon State, and here's the mark off of 5 yards back to the 14. One of the linemen appeared to jump too early, maybe the tight end Brad Miller, and they bring it back to the 14-yard line. Oregon State football is brought to you by your neighborhood True Value dealer. The more you've got to do, the more you need True Value. They've got what it takes.
I mentioned Ohio State has a brand new scoreboard here that's very spectacular. We're waiting to see them light it up.
14-yard line, 1st down and goal. Again, the Beavers with split backs behind Ricky Green from the far side, Hashmark. He gives the ball to the near side Beavers. Gets one block, tries to turn, and cannot do so, and down he goes to the 14-yard line. Ohio State played that very well on the wide side of the field defensively and get there for the tackle at the 14-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and goal at that point. The middle guard, Tony Giuliani, pursuing the play, makes the stop.
And pursuing it very well. Great speed in that defensive front unit, and I'm sure in the back unit, but really good speed in that front 3 or 5 people that Ohio State puts up against you.
Morrill, Giuliani, and Crecelius, the down 3 lineman for Ohio State. Here's Green back to pass. He looks, now steps up, he's going to run. 15, 10, cut, head down, 5, scrambles to the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. Great run by Green, and that's exactly what Oregon State lacked last year, Jim, the ability that when pressure comes to duck away from the pressure and turn the ball upfield, which Ricky Green does so well, and he drives down to the Ohio State 3-yard line.
And when he started upfield, he was being escorted by the big guard, Doug Wright, who did a good job for him, gets the ball to the 3, and the Beavers are knocking on the door.
Outside linebacker Byron Lee with the tackle. 3rd and goal, Oregon State at the Ohio State 3-yard line. No score early first quarter. Darrell Lonnie and Jim House sending it your way from Columbus. Here's Green to pass. Quarterback draw straight ahead. He's in. Touchdown, Beavers. Quarterback draw, and Green goes straight ahead to score, and Oregon State's on the scoreboard first and leads 6-0 with 9:54 left to go in the first quarter. And Green made some things happen the first time back from the injury, Jim.
He really did. He looked very good on it. He is certainly not timid. He is not reluctant. And Oregon State running its full game offense. Look at this extra point lineup here. This is interesting. Now they're going to move over. All the linemen move to the left. Now they shift all over to line up around the football as they should.
McKittrick will hold from the 10-yard line. Marty Breen to try it. It's on the way. It's up and good. And we have timeout from Ohio State and Stadium in Columbus with the score. Oregon State 7 and Ohio State nothing.
One of the business world's tried and true mottos is, you Business Communications Interconnect Telephone. With an ABC phone at your side, you're ready to answer today's tough problems. American Business Communications is the largest privately owned interconnect telephone company in the North. Because they're the best at helping companies save time and money. ABC will design a system specifically for your business. That saves time, and owning, not constantly renting your phone system, saves money. You could cut phone costs up to 30%. Call the ABC office nearest you for a personal demonstration to show your business just how efficient and economical a quality American business communications phone system can be. Get acquainted with businessman's best friend.
The drive goes 25 yards in 6 plays after Tom Tupa couldn't handle the snap on a punting situation. And the Beavers cash in on the 3-yard run by Ricky Green and lead early 7-0 with 9:54 left to go in the opening quarter, as Jim Nielsen now will kick off for the second time today. And it's in the Portland Metropolitan 4-4-5-5 Ohio State. And here's Nielsen's kickoff. Comes to life and hopes. 2 wide receivers. Tight end Taggart to the right of the formation. Holland to the Carsado sends Mike Lanise out to the near side and Jay Holland to the far side as the 2 wide receivers. Tight end Taggart to the right of the formation. Give it to Byers out to the 24 and knocked down there. He'll gain 4. The initial hit was by Paul Saunders, the middle linebacker who's in there now for Oregon State. Paul is 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore from Inglewood, California. He joins Ron Hiller and Ellis Dozier at the linebackers up front with John Gonzalez, Charles Naone, Bob Klein, and Angelo DeLulo.
And Saunders is, I think, the only Beaver on the field in black high-top football shoes.
Secondary, Kenny Taylor, Reggie Dupre, Bernie Wilson, and Terry Brown. 2nd and 6, Ohio State. Again to Byers off guard. Hit 25. Heller's got him in the backfield. He's got him down at the 24 for a loss of 1 or 2. Great pursuit by Ron Heller from strong linebacker from Clark Fork, Idaho. 2-year Letterman Jr., 6'3½", 241. And again, the Beavers do a very good job on the Ohio State tailback run by Keith Byers. And for the second time today, Byers loses yardage. And it'll be 3rd and long back at the 24. And thus far, the Beavers here early in the game have played very well defensively. 8:49 left, opening quarter, 7-0 Beavers.
Use of that 4-man defensive line was to get more good football players in there, and certainly it has been effective so far in the first couple of series against the Buckeyes.
Holland wide left, Lanise wide right. Split backs, Taggart tight end right of the formation. Beavers stay with their 4-3 defensively. Carsados to throw, throws the quick out pattern too high, incomplete to the 30 to Holland, the split end. Downfield about 6 yards, and then runs the out pattern or the sideline pattern, but the pass was too tall, got a hand on it, incomplete. Terry Brown covered for Oregon State, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Time on the Nexus scoreboard clock reads 8:28 left, opening quarter. Oregon State up 7-0. Remember Nexus, the finest in beauty and hair care products.
4th down, Darrell. Wanted to correctly remind you again, a freshman punter, folks, is what we're dealing with here. And remember, last year Oregon State had a freshman punter who had his first punt blocked, as I remember.
That's correct. Chip Stempeck, right. 4th down, big rush again. Tupa gets this one off. A line drive should be returnable. Beavers takes at the 28, goes sideways at the 30, in trouble, slips him down at the 30-yard line. And Oregon State will go on offense at that point. Good punt, considering Tupa had to kick that one into a fairly strong wind, and the Beavers will go on offense at their own 30-yard line.
Great coverage by Ohio State also. They did really a good job. He got the ball up in the air, and it was a 45-yard punt, so a good job by the young freshman.
Ohio State has had 2 possessions thus far and have picked up only 1 first down as Oregon State goes on offense, 1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. The Beavers with Emmons, Brills, Dahlen, Jones, and Jackala up front of the line. Brad Miller, the tight end. Wide receivers, Bynum and Dixon. Running backs, Malone and Beavers, and quarterback Ricky Green. We're getting a timeout, but I think it's only going to be an official timeout, and then we'll be back, so we're going to hold it here.
Wanted to mention the average weights of the offensive lines of the 2 schools. Really very close. I think Ohio State is a little bit bigger tackle to tackle at like 261, but Oregon State is like 257 or 258. When you've got guys like Jackala at 286 and you've got Brills at 271 in there, it does a great job. They are saluting the Olympic team here, including some members, one of the members of the, I believe they said the men's volleyball team is here. It is the coach.
Oregon State ready to put it in play now. Ball just over the 30. They pitch the ball to Beavers. He's going to throw the ball from the tailback position. Lofts it up for grabs. Far sideline. Almost intercepted. Incomplete at the 32-yard line. Terry White, the free safety, got over as Beavers threw kind of one of those dying quails downfield that was up in almost a pop fly. And White got over from his free safety position, almost intercepted, but couldn't hold on, and they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage to the 30, where it will be second down. Beaver football brought to you by True Value Hardware. They've got what it takes.
Sure, a lot of people on television saw Marcus Allen throw that same pass. However, Marcus throws the ball a little better than Donald Beavers.
Yeah, putting it mildly. Second down at 10 from the 30. Here's Green straight back to pass, forced out of the pocket, rushes up, hit, just off a tackle, spins his way out to the 33-yard line. Good run by Green to get 3 yards out of it. Hit by a couple of people in his own backfield, but spun away from the would-be tacklers and gains 3. Steve Hill, a one-year letterman sophomore playing a cornerback position for Ohio State, makes the tackle, and it'll be third down and 7 for Oregon State. Green started versus Arizona and Portland State, hurt in that PSU game last year. He went out with the Beavers ahead 34-0 in that game. Throws the swing pass out to Beavers. He's hit in the backfield and down at the 31. Great defense that time by Ohio State as they really got there in a hurry. Hayden Humphreys, or William White it is, outside cornerback, a freshman from Lima, Ohio, stopped Beavers right in his tracks. He caught the football, took about a half step, and was knocked down hard. Loss of, well, let's make it 3 back to the initial line of scrimmage at the 30, and it's fourth down and 10, and Chip Stempak is in to punt the ball for the first time this season for Oregon State. Kicked 73 times last year, 38.5-yard average. He stands at his own 15. Jay Holland single deep. Bad snap on the bounce, but Stempak, great job to get it and kicks it. A very good kick. Flag is down. They rough Stempak. Holland 35 and is just drilled at the 38. This is going to come back for roughing the kicker. Oregon State with great downfield coverage. Mike Lopez won, and Jim Curitan really put a hit on Jay Holland, but we're going to have a personal foul roughing the kicker as Stempak went down just after he got through punting the football. He did a great job because it came back to him on the bounce.
He really did, and the center position is one that Oregon State's been worrying about. He gets 39 yards on the kick, but it will come back. New rule on that roughing the kicker this year also. In past years, if you were blocked into the kicker, it was not a penalty, correct?
Correct.
This year, even if you're blocked, it's a penalty.
That's
so
right.
That's what the...
You cannot hit the kicker.
You cannot touch the kicker, and so that's, I think, is the situation here. The Buckeyes, not a flagrant violation. They were blocked into the kicker. But first down for the Beavers.
15-yard mark-off brings it out to the 45-yard line and gives Oregon State good field position. And keeps this potential drive, at least, going. First down, far side of hash mark. Beavers going from our right to our left at their own 45 and leading 7-0. Split backs, Green to pass, delay to Malone, line of scrimmage not much.
46 and down, got a yard, and that's about it. Thomas Johnson, the inside linebacker for Ohio State,
there to make the tackle. Gain of 1 only, and second down and 9. A lot of Beaver huddle meetings around the state this week. Hope you could attend Monday at noon at Nendell's in Corvallis. Tuesday morning in Albany at 7 a.m., Papa's Branding Iron. That's at 901 South Pacific Boulevard. Wednesday in Salem at 6 o'clock in the evening at McLean's Restaurant, 3803 Southeast Commercial. And Thursday noon in Portland at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Hope you'll attend. Handoff, big hole, Malone, 50-45, running to the 40, and all the way. It's Green all the way down to the 38-yard line. And another first down, and he just exploded through the hole up front that time, created by Dallin, Jones, and Brills. And a first down, Oregon State at the Ohio State 38-yard line. And Tony Green already has had 2 great runs today for Oregon State.
He's doing a great job, as you mentioned, a senior, 2-year letterman, 5'11", 190 out of Richmond, California.
Tackle finally by Steve Hill in the secondary. First down, Beavers at the Buckeye 38. Here's a handoff to Beavers coming outside, slips and falls. He stuttered in his own backfield trying to allow the blockers to get out in front of him, and then wound up stumbling into one of those blockers and goes down to the 40 for a loss of 2. He ran into the left guard, Judd Wright, who was trying to pull out and lead the blocking, and it'll be second down. Buckeyes have an injured player. Let's go to a timeout commercial right here. Timeout on the field with the score. Oregon State 7 and Ohio State nothing.
The fine dining and entertainment at Nendell's Inn on North 9th Street in Corvallis just got even better. It's the new Nandel's with a fresh new look and the finest dining and entertainment in the valley. Monday's special is fettuccine with red clam sauce. Cover charge.
Second down and 12 at the 40 as Green sprints straight